So we're going to start off first. Two very special people. You might know them. They're why the bride's here. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the mother and father of our beautiful bride.
It's so great to see all of you. I'm so glad, we're so glad each of you is here. One of my neighbors said to me recently, so I hear Nadia's getting married. What do you think of the guy? And I said, I've been trying to find something wrong with him and I've given up. So I'm waving the white flag. You win. And I think this would be the worst day of my life if I had any doubt that you two didn't belong together. And I'm so happy for you both. And I was so reassured after I spent some time with Ryan. And then I met his parents a couple times, and his sister and her husband. I was even more reassured. I met their amazing extended family and was even more reassured that she's in good hands. I'm so thankful that our two larger extended families get to be joined together for good. Those family gatherings I attended at Aunt Ruby and Uncle Mike's house last month with a bunch of kids running around and a lot of food and a lot of enthusiastic laughter and dad jokes. And it felt awfully familiar, as some of my relatives in the back there will know, sounded awful lot like the family gatherings we grew up with, and I'm glad that Nadia will have that as well. So congratulations to both of you.
I also want to thank everybody for being here. This has been such an amazing day. I've had a range of emotions because my little tiny baby girl, who came super early and everything, is all grown up and married. I just wanted to say that people ask me all the time how I feel about it being pretty quick. And from the beginning, when it was so clear that God brought you together, and then all throughout the last year of getting to know Ryan and seeing what a perfect match you are for each other, it's been amazing and beautiful to see it come about. Some of the ways that were just funny that I thought, oh my gosh, they match. For example, on Christmas, Ryan got a card game. I don't remember the game. It was the name of the game. It was very fun. I played it too. They played this card game, and then they both decided that it would be super fun to write a computer program that could play the game. They both have a kind of unique style. They've both been told they dress like old people.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
They dance all over my kitchen, and they dance all in my living room, and they're perfect for each other, absolutely perfect. And of course they are, because God brought them together. We knew it from the beginning, and then we just watched it play out, and I'm so happy. So I guess it's a toast. So raise your glasses to Nadia and Ryan.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. The mother and father of the bride. Well, you can't hear from one side unless you hear from the other. So, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the mother and father of our groom.
Thank you.
You were ready for the hype. She was like, come on, bring it.
I know. I need more tequila. Tequila.
We can make that happen.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Regina. I'm Ryan's mother, the one and only. And on behalf of our family, Rolly, Ryan's father, and his older two siblings, Rachel and Russell, we would want to extend our heartfelt thanks to all of you for joining us today to celebrate the beautiful union of Ryan and Nadia. Ryan, our youngest, has always possessed a maturity beyond his years. He's remarkably strong-willed and knows exactly what he wants, pursuing it with a quiet determination that has always impressed me. I recall a moment when he was about 13. I changed jobs and was feeling quite unhappy and depressed about the transition. My teenage son offered me a piece of wisdom. He said, "Mom, it's not always the smartest or the strongest who survive, but those who adapt." Another memory that stands out is when he was 15. He desperately wanted a cat, but the rest of the family was firmly against it. Both my daughter and I are allergic to cat hair, and the thought of feeding and cleaning a litter box made me adamantly say no. Yet he came to our room, tears in his eyes, asking, "Is my happiness not important to you?" My heart melted. And as always, Ryan proved us wrong. He became a responsible, loving pet owner who took wonderful care of Flannery. When Ryan dedicates his mind and soul to something, whether it's his studies, his work, or his music, he embraces the challenge and consistently emerges victorious. He approaches life with a spirit that inspires us all. And Ryan, just like that, you're making your own big decisions. And this one, choosing and marrying Nadia, is your best and biggest one yet. Yes, of course, your happiness is incredibly important to us. And with Nadia, we see that you are truly happy. Marriage is a lifelong commitment, one that will require love, patience, teamwork. Ryan, I hope you continue to use your quiet wisdom and steady heart to forge your path. And to both of you, your steadfast faith will help you navigate life's challenges, and your determination will push you to grow together. Nobody says it will be easy, but with God and your family's support, you can do it. Nadia, you have found a truly special partner in Ryan. And Ryan, in Nadia, you have found someone who complements your strength and shares your journey. We are also incredibly happy to welcome you, Nadia, into our family. To Ryan and Nadia, may your life together be filled with unwavering love, mutual respect, endless joy, and the strength to adapt and thrive through all of your life's adventures. We love you very much.
You heard everything. My wife said everything. All I could say, I firmly stand with them, before them, all the way. We both love you. And thanks, everyone, for coming. And Nadia, welcome to the family.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, big round of applause, the mother and father of the groom.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Evelyn, tonight's very proud maid of honor, but the even prouder little sister. I've had a front row seat to the movie of Nadia's life for a while now, and trust me when I say it's been a wild, wonderful show. Although it may appear less obvious now, there's a significant age difference between me and Nadia. 6 more years of living than me made her appear as less of an equal to me and more as a figure of admiration, experience, and success. And what may appear to be more obvious to the naked eye is that Nadia and I are pretty much as different as sisters could get. Opposites in probably every possible way. And she was completing online physics courses during her teenage summers simply because she found it interesting, when I like my summers to be spent indulging in any distraction from anything remotely related to school until September. She likes chocolate, I like vanilla, we are the sun and the moon. But the funny thing about the sun and the moon, chocolate and vanilla, is that somehow when they're put together, they just work. And that's the way it's been with us. No matter our differences, there's always been one common ground, and that is love. On top of all the beauty, the brains, and the talent, Nadia is loving before all else. I've never once in my life seen her act in bitterness towards someone, no matter how she's treated firsthand. I think it's safe to say for everyone sitting here, with a sibling, agreement is not always found before violence. But through all the fights over the TV and the disputes over dress-up dolls, I have never once doubted her unconditional love for me, which in hindsight is what makes her perfect for marriage. And then came Ryan. Ryan, this part is for you. I have to admit, you were anything but expected, but I will never forget the moment when I first heard your name. I was on the subway visiting my sister, and she said the words, "I think I have a crush." She whispered it as though she was a little girl again, and it was a big classroom secret. That's the effect that you've had on her. And I know I don't know the first thing about marriage, but I'm pretty sure that's a good sign. So, yeah. And then later one night, she brought me into the backyard, and I remember she just told me everything. The whole story, how this little crush I had never seen a picture of was going to be her husband. And you can imagine the shock that I felt, but above all that was, aren't you supposed to be the smart one? However, I saw them together once after that, and that was all it took. Nadia and Ryan's love for each other radiates to everyone in a crowded room. I can truly say from the bottom of my heart that I've never in my life seen two people that match each other better. Their connection is so fulfilling, so pure, and so loving that it brings one to realize nobody but the Lord could put it together. They know it themselves, and anyone who looks at them can immediately feel God's overwhelming love shining through them. I never really understood how someone I wasn't related to could become a part of our family that wasn't there before. But Ryan, you were the missing piece, and I am so grateful for the love that you have brought not just to Nadia, but to all of us. Finally, I will say that the only scary part of this marriage is that my sister's growing up. After this beautiful night, they will belong to each other instead of her belonging to us, belonging to me. I do not know whatever the future holds for the two of you, but I know it's a good one. I trust God's plan and that you will always be my beautiful big sister. Nadia, I love you more than words. Ryan, I hope you enjoy growing old with her as much as I loved growing up with her. May God's love be with you forever, along with mine. And lastly, you better let me be the cool aunt.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, give it up, maid of honor, Miss Evelyn.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Russell, Ryan's older, shorter, but more handsome brother. And I have the honor of being his best man today. Now, yesterday was Independence Day, and today, well, is the opposite. Ryan, this is the beginning of a lifetime of joint calendars, shared closets, and choosing which plates and bowls to buy. But in all seriousness, today is the best kind of commitment. One that Ryan is absolutely built for. You must know that whatever Ryan commits himself into, he does so with with a kind of all-consuming passion that is both intense and inspiring. Whether it's a painting or a jazz piece or a video game or a French fry recipe, or his faith in God or in a relationship, Ryan commits himself completely, mind, body, and soul. And when something matters to him, when someone matters to him, he'll drop everything to be there. He'll drive hours without being asked. He'll sacrifice sleep, money, time, just to make somebody else's life easier. He doesn't do it for praise. He does it because that's who he is. He's the ultimate provider, needing nothing in return except the knowledge that he's helped somebody else that he's loved. But Ryan wasn't always the well-spoken, sharply dressed, hygienic man that you see before you today. I remember him looking away from the TV when I was playing Zelda because I didn't want him to see the spoilers. I remember him blasting piano at 6 a.m. before school while I was sleeping. I remember stabbing him in the foot with a broken snorkel, a sharded broken snorkel, because I was an idiot without adult supervision. And there was the time that we were wrestling on the bed, and my mom was folding laundry nearby, and the pillow that was aimed for Ryan's head ended up hitting the lamp nearby and shattered the lamp into 1,000 pieces. And how can I forget taking him for a joyride before I had my license and crashing our brand new car into the garage less than 24 hours that it was bought. Ryan still drives his car to this day, whether it's stubbornness or fearlessness, I don't know. Ryan is the youngest in our extended family, but he follows one of the best examples out there. Our grandfather, who traveled all the way from Seattle to be with us today. He spent so much time with our grandpa that he even picked up a Filipino accent, although he was born in New York. But what he really picked up, what stuck, is our grandpa's way of loving, quietly, steadily, unconditionally. And now, I have to admit something. Since Ryan met Nadia, I have seen a part of him I've never seen before. In her presence, he's become someone who knows what he wants. He's taken responsibility for his dreams and started building a life that's his own and that he can be proud of. A life that's worth protecting and a life that now includes Nadia. To Nadia, I know you're already somebody special because Ryan, the most loyal, intense, and loving person that I know, chose you. And from what I'm seeing, you bring out the very best in him. Welcome to the family. And to Ryan, though you have become a man in the eyes of your peers and your family and your community, you will always be my little brother. So, let's raise a glass to Ryan and Nadia. To a house full of laughter, love, and full of well-chosen fancy plates. To Ryan and Nadia.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, big round now applause the best man, Russell.